Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Lane. Today, I'm going to give you my playoff predictions. So let's just get right into it. My screen is right over here, but the first game, Ravens versus Tennessee. And the only way I could see Tennessee winning this game is if they get up by 14 like they did last year. And I just don't think that's going to happen. In my heart, I want to pick Tennessee because I'm one of my buddies is a Ravens fan. I don't want the Ravens to win any Super Bowls for that reason. And I don't think Lamar Jackson is the best passer in the world. But there's no chance, I should say no chance. There's a slim chance that Tennessee gets up big time, makes Lamar throw the ball. And if he has to do that, they will lose the game. But Tennessee's defense is not all that great. So I am going to have to pick the Ravens. It hurts me to say that. It really does. But we're going to go with the Ravens for the first game. Now, the next game is Browns-Steelers. And the Browns without Stefanski, I don't know if they're going to try to find some workaround about that so he can actually call stuff. I don't know. Maybe he's up in a press booth or something like that. We're going to have to wait and see how that plays out. But as of right now, without Stefanski, even though the Browns did beat the Steelers a few weeks ago, that was not a few weeks ago, last week, without Big Ben, Mason Rudolph, I think, is a little bit better with that offense than Big Ben. Big Ben feels more like a game manager now, which he did earlier in his career. Doesn't really have it. He said he's going to come back next year. I don't really get it, but I guess with those weapons, they need a running back because James Conner's not going to be the answer. I'm going to have to pick the Pittsburgh Steelers because that defense is good. Baker, against good defenses earlier on in the season, didn't really do all that great. So we're going to go Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the next game, Bills versus Colts. Now, if you follow me on YouTube, if you're in my Discord, you might think that I'm going to pick the Colts because I am not the biggest Josh Allen fan. I would say Josh Allen's doing as well as he's doing this year, which he's doing great. When I make fun of him, it's like half joke, half real, because I think the only reason he's doing so well is because of Stephon Diggs. He's going to have him next year, so he'll probably stick to it. But I just think when you have two mediocre seasons and then a top receiver comes in and you do amazing, I think that's just like you blame the receiver. But in the playoffs right now against the Colts who have Phillip Rivers, I just don't see a way that the Colts can win. Or I could see one way that's not going to happen, where they just keep giving it to Jonathan Taylor. He runs, wastes all the clock, and just keeps the ball away from Josh Allen. And there's almost no way they're going to do that. Because I feel like Josh Allen, even against that defense, will score at will. He scored he didn't score, but the Bills scored 56 against the Dolphins? I don't know if they have a better defense than the Colts, but maybe on par. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to pick the Buffalo Bills. And if you think the Lamar Jackson Ravens pick hurt me, that hurts me big time. Big time. The next game, Buccaneers versus the football team. I could see an upset here. Brady under pressure, he falls apart. I'm a Patriots fan. I know all about it. That's how he lost against the Giants pretty much both times, even though Eli Manning just covers his eyes and just throws the ball up and see what happens. But with Chase Young, Jonathan Allen, Ioannidis, everybody on that defensive line, Fuller is a corner. I think it's going to be really tough on them. They're probably not going to have Mike Evans, I would assume, but with Antonio Brown, how much of a drop-off is that really? I don't know if I have the guts to pick the Washington football team, but I would not be very, very surprised if it's a close game. With Alex Smith starting, the game manager, maybe the best game manager of all time, I want to pick Washington. I'm going to look back at this after this weekend's game when the Buccaneers don't win and be like, why didn't I pick them? But I have to pick the Buccaneers. Now, with the Rams Seahawks, I think this is easy. If Jared Goff doesn't play, I'm going to go Seahawks. If Jared Goff does play, I think I'm going to go Seahawks. Even though with Aaron Donald, that defense is really, really good. I mean, it's Russell Wilson. With DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, all those weapons, we have to go Seahawks. There's a way with Jared Goff, maybe the Rams win, but they're so up and down. Maybe Sean McVay has some great game plan. But if without Jared Goff, that game, easy. That's going to be the Seattle Seahawks. And the final game, Saints-Bears. I hate Trubisky. If you follow my YouTube channel, that's just be what this whole video is about with Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and now Mitchell Trubisky. No way, and I mean no way, would I ever pick Mitchell Trubisky. On to the next round, because do we want to talk about it? Maybe the Bears defense gets through that offensive line, gets to Drew Brees, messes him up, and Hill comes in or Winston comes in, and then maybe, but I don't know how Mitchell Trubisky is really going to light up the Saints defense. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I think that's all you really have to say about that. Then we got Steelers, Bills. Part of me wants to go Bills because they have looked fantastic. But I am a little worried about Josh Allen against that Steelers defense. And I'm worried about the Bills defense against Big Ben with Johnson, Claypool, Juju. All those weapons, James Washington. I think this, as much as I want to see Bills, Chiefs, now that I say it out loud, I think the Bills are going to beat the Steelers because their defense has looked way better. And this is another situation where it's going to hurt me oh so much. But I'm going to pick the Buffalo Bills over the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think they can get to Big Ben. He's really not looking all that great this season. Let's go the Buffalo Bills. Chiefs, Ravens. I mean, the Chiefs dominated them the first time. Probably going to dominate them the second time. I don't think the Ravens can keep up with the Chiefs. Pretty much never have been able to, in my opinion. So let's just go Chiefs. Maybe you guys are Ravens fans. Maybe you think Lamar Jackson will light up the Chiefs. The Chiefs are just so good. The Super Bowl champs, they're probably going to go back to another one. We'll wait and see what I do. Surprises. Saints, Seahawks, with no defense for the Seahawks to talk about other than like Jamal Adams. I mean, what are we doing here? There's no way Russell Wilson light up the Saints defense. There's almost no way. With every single game, of course there's a way, but I'm going to have to go Saints over Seahawks here. Drew Brees with Michael Thomas, who will be back. Alvin Kamara, who will be back. I just think that's way too easy. Drew Brees, Kamara, Michael Thomas, they're going to score at will. Not have to worry about that. And then the Packers versus the Buccaneers. Packers will look really good. But the one problem with the Packers is they'll have a good first half and then disappear in the second half, or disappear in the first half, great second half. I think their defense could slow down Tom Brady, but he almost has too many weapons. This is tough. This is really tough. I want to see this game really bad too. Brady versus Rodgers. I have to pick right now. And I think in my heart of hearts, as much as I want Brady to win, somehow make it back to the Super Bowl. And I hate betting against Brady. I really do, especially in the playoffs. I'm going to have to go with the Packers. It hurts me to do that. It really hurts me to do that. But let's go to the championship games. Chiefs, Bills. I mean, the 1 and 2 seeds against the 1 and 2 seeds. Really dangerous here with my picks. I'm going Chiefs. I don't think anybody is stopping the Kansas City Chiefs. If anybody were to do it, I'll give you the Bills because they are flinging the ball downfield. But at some time, Josh Allen is going to disappear. Will it be against the Chiefs? Maybe. I was still kind of leaning Steelers, but I think they'll find a way to beat the Steelers. With how much the Kansas City Chiefs just score, it will. Whenever they want. If they get down points, that's kind of when they feel better. So I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs in that game. And then Packers, Saints. I hate to say it, but I think Drew Brees and the Saints would beat the Packers. I could see the Packers maybe scoring early or scoring late, but not having that consistent game. I feel like they haven't had a consistent game the whole season. I mean, I'm sure they have, but it just feels like in those big games, they just never show up for the whole game. Let's go Saints. And then Chiefs, Saints. I mean, if the Chiefs can light up the 49ers, granted, Jimmy G, they had a lead at first and they came back. I get all that. And maybe Drew Brees could keep up, but Drew Brees' arm with those cracked ribs, I just don't see a way that they could beat the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are going to be 2-time Super Bowl champions. I don't love to say that because I'm a Patriots fan, and I don't really want Mahomes to be winning more than Brady, but if I'm being honest with myself, they keep that team together. I don't know how you stop them. I just don't know. With Hill, Hardman, Kelsey, Watkins, I just don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe the Saints or the Chiefs defense cannot keep up with Michael Thomas, Kamara, but it just seems like whenever they need to score, they're just going to score. And I know they looked a little rough at the end of the season, but against the Falcons, it really is what it is. I'm going to pick the Chiefs. It hurts me oh so much. It hurts me oh so much. I'd love to watch a Chiefs-Saints Super Bowl. Realistically, I'd like to watch Mahomes versus Brady. Obviously, I didn't pick that. But yeah, those are my predictions. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of my predictions. Real dangerous, number 1 seed versus number 2 seeds with the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. I know, living out on the edge, but that is going to be it for the video. Hit the like button down below, the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.